Have you ever felt like you're drowning in a sea of stress, struggling to keep your head above water? Do you find yourself constantly battling the chaos of daily life, yearning for a sense of peace and tranquility? If so, you're not alone. Stress is a universal experience that affects us all, regardless of age, background, or occupation. It can feel like an overwhelming force that consumes our thoughts, drains our energy, and robs us of our joy. But what if I told you that stress doesn't have to be the enemy? What if there was a way to transform the chaos into serenity, to find calm amidst the storm? In this video, we'll explore the alchemy of stress and discover how we can change our relationship with this powerful force. To begin our exploration of stress, it's essential to understand what it is and how it manifests in our lives. Stress is a natural response to perceived threats or challenges, triggering a cascade of physiological and psychological reactions. When we encounter a stressful situation, our bodies release hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, preparing us for fight or flight. Our heart rate increases, our muscles tense, and our mind becomes hypervigilant, ready to respond to the threat at hand. While this response can be life-saving in true emergencies, the problem arises when we experience chronic stress, the kind that comes from the constant pressures and demands of modern life. When stress becomes a persistent companion, it can take a toll on our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It can lead to a host of health problems, from headaches and insomnia to anxiety and depression. But here's the thing: stress isn't inherently bad. In fact, it can be a powerful catalyst for growth and change. The key lies in our perception and response to stress. By shifting our mindset and developing effective coping strategies, we can learn to navigate the turbulent waters of life with greater ease and resilience. One of the most powerful tools in transforming our relationship with stress is the art of reframing. Reframing involves shifting our perspective on a situation, looking at it through a different lens. When we're caught in the grip of stress, it's easy to get tunnel vision, fixating on the negative aspects of our circumstances. We might tell ourselves stories like, "I can't handle this," or "This is too much for me to bear." But what if we could change the narrative? What if we could see stress as an opportunity for growth, a chance to develop new skills and strengths? By reframing our perspective, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and solutions. We start to see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. For example, let's say you're facing a tight deadline at work and the pressure is mounting. Instead of getting overwhelmed and telling yourself, "I'll never get this done in time," you could reframe the situation. You might say to yourself, "This is an opportunity for me to practice efficient time management and prioritization." By shifting your focus to the potential for growth and learning, you change the emotional charge of the situation. Suddenly, the stress becomes more manageable, and you feel empowered to tackle the challenge head-on. Another key aspect of transforming stress is the practice of acceptance. When we're in the throes of stress, our natural instinct is often to resist and fight against it. We might try to push the feelings away, telling ourselves that we shouldn't be stressed or that we should be able to handle it better. But resistance only breeds more tension and struggle. The more we fight against stress, the more power it has over us. Instead, we can learn to accept stress as a natural part of life, an inevitable companion on our journey. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation or passivity. It doesn't mean that we like or want the stressful situation. Rather, it means acknowledging the reality of what is, without judgment or resistance. It means saying to ourselves, "This is how things are right now, and I can choose how I respond." When we practice acceptance, we create space for greater ease and peace. We stop wasting energy on fighting the inevitable and instead focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. We develop a sense of equanimity, a steadiness of mind that allows us to weather life's storms with grace and resilience. Mindfulness is another powerful tool in the alchemy of stress. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment or distraction. It involves paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting caught up in them. When we're stressed, our minds often get caught in a loop of worrying about the future or ruminating on the past. We might replay scenarios in our heads, imagining worst-case outcomes or beating ourselves up for past mistakes. This mental chatter only fuels the fires of stress, keeping us trapped in a cycle of anxiety and fear. Mindfulness helps us break free from this cycle by anchoring us in the present moment. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them. We develop a sense of spaciousness and clarity, a calm center amidst the chaos. There are many simple mindfulness practices that we can incorporate into our daily lives to help manage stress. One simple technique is mindful breathing. Whenever you feel stressed or overwhelmed, take a few minutes to focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of the air moving in and out of your nostrils, the rise and fall of your chest. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the breath. Another mindfulness practice is the body scan. This involves systematically focusing your attention on different parts of your body, from your toes to the top of your head. As you move through each area, notice any sensations, tension, or discomfort. Breathe into these areas, imagining the breath flowing into and relaxing the muscles. By regularly practicing mindfulness, we develop a greater capacity for self-awareness and self-regulation. We learn to respond to stress with greater calm and clarity, rather than getting caught up in the storm of our thoughts and emotions. Self-care is another essential component of transforming stress. When we're under pressure, it's easy to neglect our own needs and well-being. We might skip meals, sacrifice sleep, or push ourselves to the point of exhaustion. But self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the foundation upon which we build our resilience and capacity to handle stress. When we take care of ourselves, we're better equipped to navigate life's challenges with grace and ease. Self-care looks different for everyone, but there are some basic principles that apply across the board. First and foremost, it's important to prioritize the fundamentals: adequate sleep, nutritious food, and regular exercise. These are the building blocks of physical and mental well-being. Beyond the basics, self-care can involve a wide range of activities that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. It might be taking a relaxing bath, going for a walk in nature, or practicing a creative hobby like painting or playing music. It could be spending time with loved ones, volunteering for a cause you care about, or learning a new skill. The key is to find activities that bring you joy, relaxation, and a sense of purpose. When we engage in self-care, we're sending a powerful message to ourselves that we matter, that our needs are important, and that we deserve to be taken care of. Resilience is another crucial factor in transforming stress. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to adapt and thrive in the face of challenges. It's the inner strength that allows us to weather life's storms and come out stronger on the other side. Resilience isn't something we're born with. It's a skill that we can develop and cultivate over time. One of the key components of resilience is a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges and setbacks as opportunities for learning and growth, rather than as threats or failures. When we have a growth mindset, we're more likely to persist in the face of obstacles, to seek out new solutions and strategies, and to learn from our mistakes. We develop a sense of self-efficacy, the belief that we have the power to shape our own lives and outcomes. Another aspect of resilience is social support. When we have strong, supportive relationships, we're better equipped to handle stress and adversity. We have a network of people we can turn to for advice, encouragement, and a listening ear. Building resilience also involves developing effective coping strategies. This might include techniques like deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or visualization. It could involve practicing self-compassion, treating ourselves with kindness and understanding when we're struggling. By cultivating resilience, we develop the inner resources to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace. We become more adaptable, more flexible, and more capable of finding joy and meaning, even in the midst of stress and adversity. Balance is another key aspect of transforming stress. In our fast-paced, achievement-oriented culture, it's easy to get caught up in the rat race, constantly striving for more and pushing ourselves to the limit. But this kind of imbalance takes a toll on our well-being. When we're constantly in go mode, we risk burning out, losing touch with what truly matters, and sacrificing our health and happiness in the pursuit of external success. Finding balance means creating a life that honors all aspects of our being, our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs. It means making time for rest and relaxation, for play and creativity, for connection and community. One way to find balance is to set clear boundaries and priorities. This might mean saying no to commitments that don't align with our values or goals, delegating tasks that can be shared, or creating space in our schedules for self-care and rejuvenation. Another aspect of balance is mindfulness, being fully present in each moment, rather than constantly multitasking or dwelling on the past or future. When we're mindful, we're better able to savor the joys and beauty of life, to appreciate the simple pleasures that often get overlooked in the rush of daily life. Finding balance also involves cultivating a sense of perspective. When we're caught up in the stress and drama of the moment, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. But when we step back and take a wider view, we often find that the things we're stressing about aren't as important as they seem. By creating a life of balance and harmony, we reduce the overall level of stress in our lives. We create a sense of spaciousness and ease, a foundation of well-being that allows us to weather life's storms with greater resilience and grace. Gratitude is a powerful tool in the alchemy of stress. When we're caught up in the challenges and difficulties of life, it's easy to focus on what's going wrong, what's lacking, or what we wish were different. But when we cultivate a practice of gratitude, we shift our focus to the blessings and abundance in our lives. We start to notice the small miracles and moments of beauty that are always present, even in the midst of stress and struggle. Gratitude has been shown to have a wide range of benefits for our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It can boost our immune system, improve our sleep, and increase our overall sense of happiness and life satisfaction. There are many simple ways to cultivate gratitude in our daily lives. One practice is to keep a gratitude journal, taking a few minutes each day to write down 3 things we're grateful for. These can be big things like our health or our loved ones, or small things like a beautiful sunset or a kind word from a stranger. Another practice is to express gratitude directly to others. This might mean writing a heartfelt thank you note, telling someone how much we appreciate them, or simply taking a moment to acknowledge and appreciate the people in our lives. By making gratitude a regular practice, we train our minds to focus on the positive, to see the gifts and blessings that are always present. We develop a sense of abundance and sufficiency, a deep knowing that we have enough and that we are enough. Finally, transforming stress involves seeing it as a teacher and an opportunity for growth. When we're in the midst of a stressful situation, it's easy to get caught up in the drama and the difficulty, to feel like a victim of our circumstances. But what if we could see stress as a messenger, a signal that something needs to change or shift in our lives? What if we could approach stress with curiosity and openness, asking ourselves what it has to teach us? Every challenge and difficulty we face is an opportunity to learn and grow, to develop new skills and strengths, to deepen our self-awareness and self-mastery. Stress can be a powerful catalyst for personal transformation if we're willing to listen to its lessons. When we approach stress with this kind of curiosity and openness, we shift from a reactive stance to a proactive one. We stop seeing ourselves as helpless victims and start seeing ourselves as powerful creators, able to shape our own lives and experiences. We might ask ourselves questions like, what is this stress trying to tell me? What do I need to let go of or change in my life? How can I use this challenge as an opportunity to grow and evolve? By seeing stress as a teacher, we open ourselves up to a whole new world of possibility and potential. We develop a sense of empowerment and agency, a deep knowing that we have the power to transform our lives and our relationship with stress. Transforming stress is a journey of self-discovery and self-mastery. It involves shifting our perspective, cultivating mindfulness and self-care, building resilience and balance, practicing gratitude, and seeing stress as a teacher and opportunity for growth. It's not about eliminating stress from our lives altogether. That's simply not possible in this complex and challenging world. Rather, it's about developing a new relationship with stress, one that allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease, grace, and resilience. The tools and practices we've explored in this video are just the beginning. The real alchemy of stress happens in the laboratory of our own lives, as we experiment with different techniques and discover what works best for us. So I invite you to approach this journey with curiosity and openness, to be willing to try new things and to learn from your experiences. Remember that transformation is a process, not a destination. It's about progress, not perfection. And most importantly, remember that you have the power within you to transform your relationship with stress. You are the alchemist of your own life, able to turn the lead of stress into the gold of serenity and well-being. So take a deep breath, trust in your own inner wisdom, and know that you have everything you need to navigate this journey with ease and grace. The alchemy of stress is waiting for you. Are you ready to begin?